Hello, everyone. We are so happy to be here tonight, and we're having an excellent event, networking event, and we have with us so many entrepreneurs tonight, and we have the pleasure to receive Amber. So Candice and I will be very happy to know a little bit more about her business, and we're gonna let her present herself and tell us how she's impacting our community. Candice.
Hi, everybody. I know you're used to seeing me in the Strive 305 Kreyol room, but we're here still at Miami Community News. So excited to be here with all these entrepreneurs and doing all kinds of networking. We had about 700 businesses register for this event today. So we want to know about what entrepreneurs are doing and what you're getting involved in Miami-Dade County that makes Miami-Dade County really the best for small businesses. So Amber Hayward, she's here with Amber's Room, and you're going to tell us a little bit about your business.
Yes. Well, Amber's Room LLC, I think, was spawned out of my complete passion and wanting to close the achievement gap. So a little history about myself. I did 17 years as a school teacher. I just got the burning desire to go home with them. These environmental factors, we couldn't jump it. I met a great mentor. I was able to take 3 years off to conduct some really good research. And so we went and we housed in the affordable housing community. And so it was a pilot program that hadn't been done, bringing the education sector and affordable housing community together. I think we really were able to see some of the dynamics. I think the everyday things you don't think of when we talk about what is a parent in Liberty City. And then you realize the parent is the 12-year-old. Or the 13-year-old, why the flyer for open house doesn't work, and we have a turnout of 2. So Amber's Room was looking to see how do we uniquely involve the community, and that's just been the onus of it. And from that research, we are so proud to announce that we are officially moving in March 15th. We are going to be partnering with the homeschool community now. Due to the changes that are coming in our system. We have 43 schools in danger of closing. These are unforeseen times in our education system, but I do think that we have to have a response, all communities, in particular for Black and Brown children. And so that's what my goal is. Hopefully I'll be as big as Miami-Dade County Public Schools one day. That is my goal.
Listen, you never know. It's good to have some goals. So I know that addressing education disparities and coupled with socioeconomic issues can be a really big deal. So since we are here to talk about small business, I want to talk about what does your financial model look like to make sure that Amber's Room is financially viable.
That's an excellent question, because you kind of naively think that when you jump out there, you're doing this great thing, and so everybody will help. Grants are always great. But my mentor taught me to be independent. And so I started to look at how can I do this and funnel my own finance. So we became Step Up for Kid providers. I'm so very proud to announce we're able to accept every voucher in the state of Florida. What's unique about this is not an eligibility requirement. And this is also about educating parents. Every parent in the state of Florida receives this allocation. We don't see it because when our children go to public school, it goes there. But now with alternative ed and a response to COVID, these parents are now really looking into these scholarships, and it gives us a per child allocation.
Absolutely.
The same as a school. So we can start small, but we can be as big as any school districts. And I think we have to start thinking like that with the movement of charter school here with the declining numbers in Dade County. And so that's what we're here to do. So we're proud to say that we are independent. We can produce our own finance and provide a service to people who can't do it on their own.
So if somebody is listening right now, what that person should be expecting to receive in terms of service for the kids?
If they come to us, that we're a full-scale service. We want people to know we're here to work with the entire family. You can't get the success that you need from the child if you don't work with that family. So we're here to offer tutoring and the arts, the basics that come, but we're here for counseling. We help parents get back in school. We give them employment opportunities, but we are now looking at sectoring out into mentoring programs, robotics and apps and coding, thinking out of the box, chess. So these are things that our children are not just, it's not common for them, but we have to push them, and I think that they have to achieve in spite of, not because of, but in spite of. So
I have another question for you. What inspired you to go into that specific field and help?
I've always wanted to be a school teacher. I think I would be remiss not to mention Patricia Kelly. At 19 years old, I got a job at Movers, Minorities Overcoming the Virus Through Education, Responsibility, and Spirituality. I just needed a summer job. And I was like, my neighbor has this like nonprofit. And oh my God, it was life-changing. As I'm reflecting about my engagement was just so hands-on.
Yeah.
The AIDS epidemic was big. I was traumatized, but I was learning. And I just got this willingness to help. And I think that coupled with, I always wanted to be a school teacher. Since I was 5 years old, my parents had to buy me chalkboards. I tried to talk myself out of it, but I just always had a passion. So I think that people that are going to work with children are people that should be born. I think teachers and doctors are born. I do.
Okay. So we've heard a lot about your business. Now I want to hear a little bit about you.
Okay.
So one of the things that we normally do during our show is we ask people to give us 3 values that they really live by, or 3 words that you can use to describe yourself.
Okay.
Also, guys, happy birthday, because it is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Amber.
Hey, thank you so much. Honest words, I'm rebellious as they come. I think that most people will tell you I'm very outspoken, extremely passionate, and I just dare to dream. I'm a little brown girl from Liberty City with the audacity to dream.
I love that.
I love that. You have to have audacity if you want to make it.
The audacity to dream. And I just think we have to unapologetically tell our children.
Absolutely. Okay. So where do we find you? How do we find you? Where do I get more information? I need websites, social media handles, phone numbers. Give me everything.
Am Amber Hayward. So before I did Amber's Room, I was a leading activist. We have a large social media following on Facebook, Amber Hayward. You can contact us at Amber's Room LLC. We will be doing a new website as we are moving on to a new venture. But follow me on Facebook. I think that's where you can find all of our engagement and my connection with the community. And, I'm always bouncing around the neighborhood. So you look for the Kango to the side. I think you'll find me.
Thank you so much, Amber.
You're welcome.
Your last word would be like, what advice would you give to a fellow entrepreneur?
You can't be scared, right? You have to be an entrepreneur. You have to understand it is a risk. My friends often ask me, Amber, how did you take that next step? I said, you just have to believe with all your heart that what you're doing is going to make a change and an impact. I think it has to be of substance, right? You're chasing money. I wouldn't give you that advice. If you just want to make some more money, to be passionate about something, have a substance, I think you'll be effective.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This has been another episode of Strive 305.
And here we are again with our second guest for today, Désir.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to have you. And we are also very excited to learn a little bit more about you and about the business that you have. So tell us a little bit more about Désir first. Tell me in 3 words how you would describe yourself.
I would describe myself as intentional because everything that I do in my life comes with a reason why, a reason why behind it. And so I would describe myself as someone who moves intentionally. I take up space intentionally, and the people that I keep around are intentional as well and like-minded as myself. So that's number 1. Second adjective to describe myself would be passionate. I am passionate about everything that I do in life. I am also passionate about my family and friends and just living life. And the third thing I would use to describe myself is, I would say unapologetically myself.
Authentic.
I like it. Authentic. Definitely. Okay, so we're taking up space.
Yes.
We are being intentional. You are the architect of your life.
Yes.
I love it. Tell me about your business. Where are you? What's the name? What do you do? I want to hear a little bit more.
Well, nice. So I am a Pilates instructor. 4 years ago, I decided that I wanted to just figure out who I am. What do I like? So I decided to take some, fitness classes, and I ended up with choosing, Pilates. And so what I realized when I walked into the Pilates class, there were a lot of people that looked like me.
Yeah.
And, I loved the workout. I loved how it made me feel. It made me feel strong. It made me feel confident. It made me realize that I'm in charge of, the time that I'm in there, and I need to, take that out into the world. But what I did not like is that, unfortunately, when I walked into the space, there were others that already had their little clique, and they already had, friends that they would come in with. And so I decided, okay, well, I'm going to show up anyways, because this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I like to do. And I like how Pilates makes me feel. So it dawned on me, when I moved to Miami and I started to get out into the health and wellness space, there still weren't people that looked like me. So I decided to create my own space. And that's how I came upon, the name Pilates Pull-Up. And Pilates Pull-Up is a movement, right? It's not just about, me working at a, Pilates studio.
Mm-hmm.
It's about creating like a concierge service where I offer one-on-one, private sessions where I can come to my people and where they're located, and also host community events. That way people know more about Pilates and can feel safe in this space while also learning about the movement. So more to come with that. I will be offering, a lot of community classes out in the community, spanning from South Miami up to North Miami. So you all can look forward to that.
So Pilates is different from like other type of like gym or Zumba or stuff like this.
Yes.
Why would, for instance, I choose Pilates over Zumba or other things? Do you have like some specific benefit in choosing, for instance, Pilates?
Yes. So Pilates was created by a guy named Joseph Pilates. He did this form of a workout in a concentration camp, and it was for soldiers to be able to rehabilitate and to, be able to move their body and be able to stretch their body. And it was really more so about mind-body connection, right? So that they can get back out there and, be able to perform. And so, the reason why someone would come to Pilates is to not only, decompress from the day, but also to connect to their body, reclaim the space, tap into their self, right? But also getting a low impact workout. And so not many people really know about it. I'm starting to see more people like us, and as we built the community, other Black women in the space are coming now and offering concierge service as well. So definitely our people are coming more around to it, but it's definitely a different form of a workout for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you are creating an ecosystem for us women of color, let's be real, that don't necessarily ordinarily gravitate towards that sport. And I know how difficult it can be to create a community in a space that we typically were not welcomed. What has been your biggest challenge in creating that community and creating that space? What has been your reception since you started doing this?
Yeah, so I would say my biggest challenge is just, I had to take a step back because I thought, as a Black woman, I could create the space in these studios, right? But what starts to happen is we almost kind of like conform to, the standards that they have. And the last thing I want to do is conform to someone else's standards. So after coming to that realization, I decided, not getting the people to those spaces, but creating the space for myself and offering that one-on-one service where I can come where the people are. Because we also have to remember, although, I would love to bring people to the space, people don't have the money to take these classes. A lot of the classes that they're offering at these studios are $50 per session, and some people can't afford that. So instead of trying to get the people to the space, meeting the people where they are in their spaces, whether that's in homeless shelters. Last month, I'm a part of a sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, and they, presented me the opportunity to be able to teach a Pilates class at the Lotus House. And so I thought that was amazing because, again, they don't have the resources or even the knowledge to even think to go to a Pilates studios. So I came up with that idea to provide that, one-on-one concierge service to meet them where they are.
I do like the idea that you're coming to them or that you're going to them, because me, for instance, I don't like to go to the gym. I would prefer somebody to come to my house for sure.
Yes.
But at the same time, thinking about like business wise, in terms of like, how do you see yourself scaling that? And, how do you also manage the price? Because it would I would think that going and having like the personalized class will make it more expensive
Right.
than, group having everybody as a group in one location. So give me a little bit details about that.
Yeah, so the way that I make it affordable for people to be able to have that concierge service, where I come to their house is, we come up with different packages that works for them, right? And so, we have a form that we fill out and we ask, like, how much do you typically have allocated to put towards, a workout class or extracurricular activity? And from there, be able to decide, okay, well, here's a package that we can come up with. These are amount of classes that I'm going to offer at this price and take it from there. Also grants, right? And scholarships. There are also other, businesses out there that are more than happy to sponsor some classes for people that may not be able to afford it. And then also just when we talk about going to the Lotus House, obviously that would be volunteer work, and that would be something that the city would be able to provide via a grant for me to be able to do those services there.
So if someone is interested in finding you and using your services, where do we find you? Social media handle, website, give me everything.
Absolutely. Where you can find me is on Instagram at Pilates Pullup. I will have a plethora of information inside of that handle, Instagram handle, where you can see, what events are coming up, how to book a one-on-one session with myself, and if you would like for me to come and teach at one of your events, you'll be able to find that information there as well.
Fantastic. I love
Thank
that.
you so much. But before leaving, give us like a word for the other entrepreneurs listening to you.
So if you are thinking about starting a business, I would say, we all have dreams of what we would like to do, but write it out, plan it, write out some actionable steps that you can take, and then, go to networking events, promote yourself, get that elevator pitch together.
Let's go.
And take it from there. And, there's someone that's always willing to invest into your dreams. So it's never too late. Doesn't matter how old you are, what you look like. If you have a dream, put it on paper and take steps towards it.
You heard her.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you
have
for
been
having
lovely.
me.
We're looking forward to seeing more of you and seeing what else you got in store. And that is Pilates Pull Up.
And I like to leave off with this. The signature model that I like to leave everyone with is we do not wait for permission. We just pull up in life, in any space, and just for yourself. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Hi, Nelly. Welcome on the set of Strive 305 en Kreyol, but we're going to speak in English today since we are having a big networking event today at Miami Community Newspaper. And we're going to get to know you a little bit better. So why don't you tell us like 3 words that would describe you best?
I would say very, very optimistic. I like to take risk. I don't really like you can't really tell me what to do, only what I would feel like doing. I'm very shy, very reserved, and I'm actually very outspoken, which is so crazy. I don't know how they coexist, but I would say those are the 3.
I love that because 2 things can be true at the same time. So it doesn't matter. It's perfectly you.
Yes.
So Nelly Luster, love the name, by the way. Tell me, what businesses do you have? Because I know that you are a serial entrepreneur and you got 3 businesses under your belt. So tell us a little bit about everything.
Okay, so I have a cosmetics line, and I started my cosmetics line when I was 14.
What is it called?
Nelly's Cosmetics.
Okay.
And I have children's books that I wrote and illustrated. that are sold on Amazon. And I have a nonprofit youth biz where I host different events around the community where other kid and teen entrepreneurs can sell their products. And I also host classes where I'll teach them how to make websites, market, things of that.
That's
Oh,
amazing,
very
Nelly.
cool.
And you look very, very young.
Yeah.
So you started, you said at 14 with your cosmetic line. So what gave you like this passion for entrepreneurship so young?
My mom is an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And really, all my life, I don't think my mom has ever worked a job, but she has a lot of money. I don't know what she does. But my mom, she's definitely an entrepreneur. She's an esthetician. I know that. And she also made me go to esthetician school because I have a cosmetics line.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, that's very cool. So tell me a little bit about your youth center, and because it sounds like you're really pushing financial literacy
yes.
to these kids. What made you decide that this was the mission that you wanted to do and you wanted to drive forward?
Because when I was 14, I learned everything on my own. I built my own website. I found my own manufacturer and everything. And it was like when you hear owning a business, you would think it's only for older people and that you couldn't do that and you won't be able to find the resources and people won't help you. And it was easy for me. And it's like when I talk to my friends, they're like, oh, I want to start a business, but I don't know where to start. It's very easy. I got you.
Yeah. I
So
love
that's
that.
really what started it.
So what's the name of your program?
Youth Biz E.
Youth Biz E?
Yes.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
it in person or virtually that you do those classes?
In person.
In person, where are you located?
Miami Gardens. Right now, I actually teach a class, a part of a homeschooling program called Educate Tomorrow. So I'm teaching them right now website building, basics to financial literacy, and it will finally be a nonprofit in March. So then I will be able to go to the Miami-Dade library system, and I'll be doing free classes there.
Your target audience is only young people, or there's no age limit?
At first, it was really for like kids and teens, but I kind of put the age up to mid-20s because of people that I know personally.
Okay.
But it's more so just for the youth, us.
Okay.
Okay, so you have the cosmetic line, you have the schooling that you're doing, the mentoring and all of that.
She has the
What-
children books.
You have the children's books. You got to tell us what the children's books names are too, so we can go
Okay.
look for them on Amazon. What's next? Because you look like you're 12. And I say that as the highest form of a compliment because I'm hoping to look like I'm 12 till the day I die, but that's a whole other story. I don't know if your cosmetics can help with that. I'm old. But I want to know what's next, because when you start, a lot of times when you start so young and it sounds like you're brilliant. Like, where do you want to go with this? Like, where do you want to scale?
Well, it's actually funny that you say that because when I tell people that I started at 14, they're like, how did you keep on, how did you stick to this for so long? And it's actually because I'm autistic. So I am an autistic business owner. So I'm just very hyper focused with whatever I want to do. That's what I'm saying. It's
That's
so
so
weird that I'm shy,
amazing.
but so outspoken.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's like a superpower.
Yes, and I love it. But I feel like in the future, I would expand to being a part of cosmetology schools to have my products there. And I would want to go to different states and help other kids in different states with youth biz.
I love this. So tell me about the cosmetic line. What type of products do you have, and where do we find it?
I have a website, nellyscosmetics.com, and I sell lip liners, lip gloss, blush, eyeshadow, literally anything you could ever want, except for
So like
foundation.
a full complete line.
Yes, except for foundation, but it is on the way.
Okay.
Oh, very cool. I love that. I think it's so amazing because we don't see enough young people going sort of that alternative route as saying, okay, well, I know very early on what I want to do. I don't have to follow that traditional, become a lawyer. I grew up in a Haitian household. If you're not a lawyer, you're not a doctor, then
an
you're
engineer.
or an engineer. That is so true. You are a loser. So I majored in communications and international relations. I am a loser.
Okay.
I'm a loser.
I'm
No,
a lawyer.
because in the Caribbean community, it's
That's
like,
all.
Well, that
if
is
you-
true.
Yeah, if you don't become one of those professions, it's like, oh, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
That's true.
So I think it's really amazing that you're doing that and you're showing that there is a pathway for success. by choosing an alternative path. So I think that's really empowering and that's really amazing. So tell me a little bit about your children's books. What made you write children's books, and what are the themes? What are the characters? What are the names?
Okay, so my first book that I wrote is actually about creating eyeshadow. It's kind of how I started my business, and it was really my mom's idea. And she was like, you should do it, because she knows that I like to draw and paint. And I was like, okay. So I created that book. And I also created another book about me and my sister, because my sister passed away. And every year in May, which is ironically my birthday is in May, it's Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month.
Yeah.
So I give them a gift from my business. And my mom was like, you should definitely create a book, like a coloring book for them, so that, you know, when they're in the hospital at their appointments, they can color it. So I wrote that book about me and my sister when it was my birthday, and I would celebrate my birthday with her in the hospital. So it's like, I don't know. It was just, I was bored.
I think you downplay a really beautiful story, because you mentioned a couple of things that against all odds you surpassed and overcame, and you just, I know that you said you're hyper focused, but that seems like a lot more than just, you know, focus. That's love, that's passion. I think that's amazing. You should give yourself the credit for that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
You know, because you probably are inspiring other kids and other people that are met with some of these challenges as well, just by existing. So what you may see as existing is inspiring others.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, okay, talking about inspiring others, what's a piece of advice that you can give to an entrepreneur, or maybe a young person that's looking to do something different than what their parents told them?
Even when you fail, do not quit, because you will have slow days. It's like that with everything, with school, with real life. Do not quit. That's my only advice that I would give to anyone. Don't quit.
I love
Please
that.
don't.
Like, don't stop. I said don't stop.
Please.
Yes.
Nelly, if they're looking for your book on Amazon, do they use Ronell Luster or Nell?
Yes, Ronell Luster.
Ronell Luster. And the titles of the books?
It will be Ronnie's Radiant Shadow and A Birthday to Remember.
A Birthday to Remember.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having
Don't
me.
forget to look her up online, and we hope to see more of you soon.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bonsoir, nous tournons fois ça en créole parce que Candice avec nous représente show Strive 305 en créole, et nous contents parce que nous joignons yon entrepreneur haïtienne que nous aimons en pile, que nous connaissons et qui l'a assoya dans networking activité, et nous pral découvrir un petit peu plus qui ça l'a fait, qui business li gagne, qui impact que li gagne dans la communauté nous. Gasline, bonsoir, nous contents ouais assoya.
Merci.
Ban nous
Bonsoir.
trois mots qui j'ont tap décrit tout pour tout le monde.
Independent.
Indépendant.
Moi, son boss. Et moi, son creative. Like creative, visionnaire.
Ils sont visionnaires, ils sont monde créatifs,
Oui.
ou sont boss lady, et
Yes.
pour sont monde indépendant. OK.
Yes, ma'am.
Donc, ça veut dire pas dire ça pour le faire.
Yeah.
Quittez-le tranquille.
Quittez-le tranquille.
fonctionner.
Yes.
Ça l'a fait, li kon ça l'a fait.
Et moi, me aider communautaire. Like, anybody qui vient chita dans chaise moi, ou konnen gen moun yo pa kon ki jan pou yo express sa yo a deal avec. So, moi-même, I'm a hairstylist. So, m'aider moun yo. M'ka konnen si cheveux gen problème, just, no, I know, si ou même ou gen problème, just by the hair. Just by touching your hair, m'konnen ou gen problème. Konnen ma edo, ma for relax, ma palavo, et puis, ou vin konnen ke moun nan pe pala avec l'autre moun parce que moun ap di business yo.
Oui.
So, I'm the therapist.
C'est
Donc,
ça,
c'est ça,
d'abord,
oui.
deuxième master là, pendant à payer moun yo qui c'est thérapie ou fait avec eux.
C'était
Oui, justement. Donc, on connaît que vous avez un studio, côté que vous faites cheveux, côté que moun ka vin prendre rendez-vous pour vous vin faire tête yo. Mais vous avez l'autre business tout, côté que vous faites perruque. Parlez-moi de perruque yo. Comment on fait entrer dans ça? Ça qui intéresse là-dedans, ça qu'il faut entrer dans perruque yo.
En ben 2016, maintenant docteur, et puis yo fait 100 mois. Là yo fait 100 mois, yo dit comme ça, ou gen thyroid, hyperthyroid.
Mhm.
Mdi, what? Are you sure? But experience li based off sa yo tap dim. Ke le mapay nan badoum, mwen lem tap detrese cheve mwen, an bon cheve komanse ap tombe. So, mde deja bezon komanse mette perik paske le pou ma fè cheve mwen, I pon preske tout jounen mwen, mgen kliyen, fòm reschedule tel bagay. So, mdi bon komanse nan fè perik. Se COVID ki vin nou fè mwen ke I'm in the right place. Bezwen kontinye. Men, I wanted to take it a step further by introducing it to moun ki gen kanser. Yo bezwen ed ak cheve yo, pi moun kon wè nan publik, cheve yo pa bel. So, vin sou mwen, vin paye sou mwen. Non, cheve yo bon, but kote ap achete perik yo pa bel mem. So, mte vle komanse an avni. So, that's the part of the business ke map try pou expand and grow. But in the meantime, mwen men ede moun, payen cheve, trese cheve, epi even ti moun yo, provide internship, job opportunity. So it's just so much I'm doing.
So ça c'est parti côté justement que ou même wap supporter communauté hein, et donc ou fait des formations pour des jeunes que yo même tout yo apprendre peigner et pour yo même pour yo capable utile tête yo demain par exemple que yo même tout yo capable ouvrir propre studio pa yo
Exactement.
service ça parce que son secteur qui gagne pile comme là-dedans parce que moun toujours besoin peigner, moun toujours besoin belle and je pense que ça son bail qui excellent. Est-ce qu'on capable nous plus de qui j'ont joué un support pour capable développer programme stage ou bien formation pour jeunes ça yo et si on est intéressé année ça par exemple est-ce que programme ça comme s'il est disponible pour yo?
Okay, so commencé avec Miami-Dade County Public School. Chercher internship dans ça. M'gen nous même, of course, the Haitian Chamber of Commerce. M'gen Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. M'gen un bon resource. Et just mettez yo ensemble. So it helped me pour commencer a non-profit called the Lavish Touches Foundation. C'est moi participer là-dedans. So, c'est ça m'a fait pour m'aider communauté. Et puis, that's it. Just continue opening grounds pour l'autre resource communautaire qui a venu connecter avec moi. Et puis, faire events dans salon nan pour moun vin connaître nous.
OK, pardon, oui, Candice. M'te vle mando on l'autre question par rapport justement à aspect que ou so dit à l'heure on gen différents chambres capido en pile moun surtout dans communauté haïtienne nan yo pa reme participer yo pa reme vinn membre chambre yo pa reme aller dans événement par exemple gade ou vinn là jodia son gros événement qui a fait qui ça ta reme bay comme si à l'autre moun qui a coûté nous qui gen business par rapport à qui gens comme si pour capable connecter tête yo avec l'autre organisation pour capable justement get accès à ressources à grant me connais que gain des grants déjà me connais participer dans différents compétitions pitch competition pour gain pour business ou m'ta parler de aspect ça parce que me pas senti que gain pile haïtien qui vraiment impliqué dans genre de activité ça yo.
Moi c'est moi nous toujours dit ça haïtien nous trop comfortable. Nous trop confort parce que gen opportunity pour qui ça nous tête dur nous attendre nous fait comme si nous ka fait tout bail pour compte nous even when it comes to loans nous pas vle prendre l'argent mais ça toujours tant des blanc yo dit m'a prêter l'argent l'autre monde pour qui ça wa chita it might take you 20 années pour save l'argent besoin pour ouvrir business là et gain resource qui ka aido avec business ou pour qu'ils sont pas pon route que to ka joindre community ou ap joindre partnership ou ap joindre collaboration pour aido avec business ou plutôt aller route qui easy ça qui difficile difficile c'est comprendre business là, office là, the back part of the business. Tout le monde besoin faire l'argent, mais si pas qu'à comprendre qui gens pour faire l'argent ou pas grandir. So pour moi nous-mêmes nous ouvrir Scale Up 305, on prend opportunity pour venir apprendre des whether it's marketing, legal, n'importe bagay pour faire business là grandir. On gain Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, ou gain FIU. so many resources. Faut nous prendre tête nous haïtiens pour nous faire ça nous gen pour nous faire pour nous bless business nous. Resources yo là pour une raison, pour aider, mais si ou pas faire ça ou supposé faire, ou pas gagner.
Ça c'est vrai. OK, l'autre bagay, côté que nous ka joindre nous, côté pour nous joindre nous on social media et on site web, numéro de téléphone, qui gens pour me joindre Lavish Touch.
Lavish Touches, wap jwen mwen Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, all the social media platforms. Wap jwen mwen Lavish Touches Hair or Threaded by Lavish. You can contact me at 786-234-9515, 786-234-9515, or ou ka email mwen lavishtoucheshair@gmail.com. Nous located in Richmond Heights, Florida, down south, 14644 Lincoln Boulevard.
Bon bagay.
Yes, merci. Thanks for having me.
Merci Jasmin et puis m'a seulement fait songer que belle perruque ça c'est lui-même qui fait ça qui dans tête li hein. Nous ouais comment le ferait donc si nous intéressé nous mettre l'île. Merci Jasmin et puis nous toujours content ouais dans
Merci.
tout networking, dans toute formation, dans tout business.
Non, Jasmin a billionnaire quand
Jasmin
même.
toujours là.
Même besoin commencer qu'on y avait, bon Dieu.
Prends exemple sur Jasmin
Listen.
et puis follow Jasmin pour service li. Merci tout le monde.
Merci tout le monde, but don't be afraid. Connecté si ak des petits dames sa yo, yap edo. Haïtien mwen yo, let's go.
Let's go.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Nous tournons encore après une petite pause et nous gagnons avec nous Carlos Eli, en petite caille. Nous allons continuer en créole et Carlos pourra parler nous un petit peu plus de lui-même et de qui ça qu'il a fait comme activité business dans Miami. Carlos, nous comptons ouais. Parlez-nous un petit peu plus de vous-même et puis dis-nous en 3 mots qui j'ont décrit tout.
Oui. Et bon, d'abord, je me dis merci et pour ce que recevoir là aujourd'hui, c'est une belle opportunité pour moi et pour moi parler de ça moi fait de passer moi de et ça m'a fait aujourd'hui comment aider et communauté. OK? Et malheureusement, gens que système n'a bâti ici, OK? Il y a un pile connaissance que yo pas apprendre. OK, ou à l'école ou à même université tout ça OK ne pas apprendre. Mal l'école me fait finance. OK, so me toujours penser que moi était gon base finance. OK, mais ça veut réaliser c'est que tout ça yo apprendre moi c'est comment pour moi aider en compagnie faire cop. OK, yo pas jamais apprendre moi même comment pour moi gérer cop pam, comment pour vraiment faire cop pour moi grandir. OK? Et donc ça veut dire c'est que yo brainwash ou on dit like pour penser que c'est comme ça bagaille yo. OK? Et nous toujours connaissons toujours dit que et par exemple moun qui gen kob yo gen des bagaille que yo ka fait que nous même nous pas ka fait. OK? Et ça me fait réaliser c'est que c'est pas vrai du tout. Différence c'est que yo gen des connaissances que nous même nous pas avoir accès à lui. OK? Donc ça que nous même nous fait la kounya c'est nous approcher tout le monde qui travaille dur. OK? Et pour éduquer sur un higher level de connaissances financières. OK? Et donc kounya là ça permet moun sa kounya et gon meilleur futur. OK? Et organiser bien pour famille yo, assurer que tout bagay yo en place, protéger, assurer que par exemple et comment ça relève legacy. OK, pour assurer que par exemple OK, le monde la mouri. Assurer qu'on est-ce que tout bagay monde nan terrain en règle. Est-ce que le gon will, est-ce que le gon trust en place pour assurer qu'on a que famille a pas besoin à l'emprobite. OK. Donc c'est vraiment on big picture. OK, sur différents bagages, différentes stratégies que nous gagnons, que nous éduquons et clientèle nous sur lui. OK, pour apprendre. Parce que ça veut dire c'est que tout le monde nous voulons pas tout le monde une chance à wealth. OK.
Qui non compagnie?
OK. So compagnie relé GFI.
OK.
Global Financial Impact. OK. From that nous fait de trois autres petits bagages on the side et qui pour comme tu ça là, et compléter
Mhm.
ça que nous fait à travers GFI.
OK.
GFI là, c'est lui-même qui fait éducation financière là.
Mhm.
OK? Donc, nous avons de l'autre compagnie et que nous venons travailler avec eux tout. Nous avons, par exemple, on the estate planning side, nous avons assuré nous que nous vraiment aider les gens protéger tout ça que les bâti, tout ça que au travail du, qu'on a accident arrivé.
Mhm.
Et c'est qu'on a c'est assez à fort en place, c'est pas Haïti. Ou pas qu'à Haïti là pour vous dire que oui, me dit moi que c'est lui même qui a gagné ça.
Même en Haïti, il va marcher comme ça.
Non, ça nous pas
Imagine.
un PI comme ça ici là.
Mhm.
On prend donc si affaire, toute affaire net pas en règle, on va dire là que souvent on montre de valeur,
Mhm.
faut que les sous papier légal pour connaître qui est-ce qui a gagné.
Yeah, so,
Bon,
son
bon.
point, ça, son point qui est extrêmement important parce que nous t'ai réalisé pendant que tu as un problème avec TPS, crise TPS là justement, que yon non bagay que nous t'as essayé faire dans la communauté justement, c'était créer opportunité pour moun ka comprendre important justement pour être capable de protéger assets yo et aussi pour être capable justement faire will parce que nous-mêmes avec testament dans la communauté haïtienne, depuis n'a pas les moun de will avec testament, c'est comme si on dit moun nan conseil va mourir.
Oui.
Ouais, ça me dit donc ça veut dire
Parents
que
haïtiens
c'est-
pas le temps de parler à faire de
moun pa vle tan de
testament.
parler de ba sa yo, alors que yo pas comprendre nécessité et importance que le gagne comme si en termes de planification
Ouais.
et de impact en fait que les capable de gagner sous petit
sûr.
etc.
C'est
Donc
sûr.
ça c'est d'accord avec que gagne un gros gap en termes justement de éducation justement dans la communauté haïtienne nan, par rapport à ce genre de questions ça yo. Donc son travail extrêmement louable en fait que ou même on fait à travers entreprise ou.
Oui, mais et ça vient réaliser c'est que c'est pas seulement dans la communauté pas nous que dit comme ça.
Mhm.
C'est tout côté. En pile monde vient penser que si le travail ça c'est pour monde riche.
Mhm.
On comprend. Ah non, moi même beaucoup dans niveau ça.
C'est
Mhm.
vrai.
Beaucoup dans niveau ça.
Yo pas remettre de planification parce que là où mettez tout chiffre yo sous papier, gen de le l'outil genre déprimant parce que réaliser comme vous te pensez ou pas gagner et que c'est pour l'entrer dans l'autre bagaille, c'est pour
Oui.
commencer à faire économie, c'est pour commencer à faire parce que là où commencer puis gen plus connaissance sous matière finance là,
Mhm.
ou obligé responsable. Donc gen de le plus facile pour juste irresponsable.
Oui, donc c'est pour ça qu'on a nous fait tous les deux. Donc au niveau que qu'on a sur réaliser par exemple que pas côté MVA. On prend ça nous-mêmes nous fait tout à travers GFI, nous tant qu'on moi ça on financial GPS.
Mhm.
OK, donc ça nous fait nous garder OK. Mais côté où y est jodia.
Mhm.
OK? Vraiment comme si de clear picture mais côté où y est avec finance mais qui bon où voulez aller.
Mhm.
OK? Et qu'on y a tant qu'on GPS, nous design the best route.
Mhm.
OK, qu'on y a ça qui arrive qu'on y a là c'est que toi comme y a fait la vie sans que y pas gain
Visibilité sous ça yo.
oui, vision ça, y pas gain guidance ça. On va dire yo aller yo essayer un bagage, li marche, yo font petit corps très bien. OK, boum. Y a essayé l'autre bagage, li pas marché. Et puis c'est comme si que y a fait route mais sans que pas connaît exactement comment pour arriver côté pour aller. Yo gon idée côté pour aller mais yo pas connaît what's the best way et what's the best way to get there.
Mais est-ce que service que vous offrez, bon, je suppose que c'est son service qui payant, est-ce que par exemple, prix service là pas vinn tant qu'on obstacle pour moun yo par exemple, yo recevoir service ça tout, non?
Pas du tout.
OK.
Pas du tout. Et par exemple pour éducation financière là,
Mhm.
nous pas charger pour lui du tout.
Excellent.
Nous pas charger pour service ça du tout non. Au cas venir pour consultation avec nous garder pour côtoyer côté vle aller et que mais qui ça pour ta mettre en place pour arriver là.
Donc, par exemple, on dit que ça pour ta mettre en place, par exemple, on compte savings, on Watara, genre de barre ça.
Exactement, mais côté moi ya.
Mhm.
Rofa et savings by ça c'est connaissance, c'est même pas comme aspect. On pas faire ça du tout.
OK.
Parce que ça c'est connaissance que tout le monde connaît.
OK.
OK. Le moi venir dans la compagnie ça me réaliser c'est que on connaît le jour gen ça ou connaît.
Mhm.
Gen ça ou connaît ko pas connaît. Gen ça ou pas connaît ko pas connaît.
Mhm.
OK. Moi même malgré que me gen et bachelor moi en finance déjà, me réaliser que yo l'ouvre les yeux sur monde finance que moi pas connaît que me pas connaît.
Mhm.
Pas connaît que existait du tout. OK. Donc
Est-ce qu'on a un petit aperçu là-dedans parce qu'on fait me curieuse.
ça apporte faire considération pour lui. Mais ça primaire c'est que par exemple, un exemple très simple. OK? Et la banque. OK? L'on prend quoi pour mettre quoi pour la banque?
Mhm.
Qu'est-ce que la banque a fait à quoi? Les prendre, les mettre de côté.
Mhm.
OK? Est-ce que vous pensez que la banque, là, après nous, qui ça le fait à quoi là? Qui doit le mettre exactement?
Pas forcément.
Non. OK? Donc, il prend quoi? Il boit sur un petit savings, il boit 0,1%. Sur un CD, il a bon 3%. Qu'on va payer taxe sur lui. Pendant ce temps, les mêmes, les mettre comme là, de côté, cap 10, 12, 15%. Côté que il n'est pas même qui pour payer taxe ou comme ça.
Mm.
OK? Donc, ça nous-mêmes nous fait nous apprenons le système que la banque a utilisé pour qu'on a ouvert créer propre banque par ouvrir créer banque Naed, banque Candice, ou créer banque par on sait que qu'on a sur même cap fait tout avantage la banque n'a pas besoin de faire tout comme là sous et pour même son si reste que a bao.
Qui côté que un monde qui est intéressé dans consultation t'a qu'à joindre nous, bam tag Instagram, social media, LinkedIn, ça lien, qui côté si on a cherché plus d'informations sur compagnie parlant, qui côté yo qu'à joindre nous?
Pour joindre moi qu'on a très facile, c'est par exemple sur Instagram, Carlos Eli _
Mhm.
OK? Et je believe que c'est même là pour toutes les réseaux sociaux moi yo. Donc c'est Instagram, LinkedIn et Facebook, c'est même et
Carlos _ Eli.
Carlos Eli _
Après underscore.
après.
OK, Carlos
OK.
Eli _ Mhm.
Et puis non facilement, dans le cas toujours facile et joindre moi écrire et puis de là n'a joindre l'heure pour nous faire petit parler. Moi toujours et open et pour communauté à jamais là ouais, que moi voulais aider moi voulais éduquer mon yo
Mhm.
vous comprenez parce que là qu'on a nous gon gens c'est que ça vient c'est que et mon yo gon gens yo brainwash
Mhm.
OK donc l'on vient dire un bagage qui différent je viens dire ah it's too good to be true ou bien ah blanc à fond cop sous moi pas quoi dans ça vous comprenez yo dans petit système yo dans petit ça yo connaît c'est ça y a fait
Mhm.
vous comprenez il y a plein m'a toujours aimé par exemple ça tout le monde qu'on a parlé bah que Trump pas payer taxe. OK. Di ka gen, mais ouais. Mais pour ça pas payer taxe. Pour ça grand nèg ça pas payer taxe. Yo compte des bagages. Yo compte de système là, yo bénéficier de lui.
Mhm.
OK. Il y a des différents tax codes qui en place. OK, qui bail des monde des qui bail des avantages
Mhm.
que trois ka monde pas connaît que exister. Donc yo même yo connaît yo fait yo pas avantage yo. Donc ça nous même nous fait exactement. Genre que nous yo remédia. Nous prenons Wall Street and we bring it to Main Street.
All right.
OK? Parce que we want, nous voulons bailler tout le monde en chance at wealth. OK? Nous voulons tout le monde qui look forward to the future, qui sourit, qui assurer que famille yo est établie, qui tombe bagaille pour famille yo, le jour pas là encore, que yo même là, yo, they all set. Vous comprenez? Moi, je toujours dis ça. Je ne pas sortir dans famille riche, je ne pas dire que je suis dans famille pauvre. Non plus, je ne pas dire que vous-même connaissez qui le prochain repas ma pied. But, et moi, je voulais assurer que je dis à là, non seulement une famille wealthy qui saute de moi, ok, mais moi, je voulais donner l'autre monde opportunité ça tout pour que je fasse avec nos payos.
Thank you so much,
Fantastic.
Carlos. Et mais sinon intéressé, contactez Carlos parce que il y a plus toujours pour nous apprendre ce qui pour nous faire l'argent. Merci.
Merci.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and we are back with Matthew Pigat from the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, and we are so glad to have him with us. And I know that Matthew has so much experience, a lot of resources, and so much to share with you entrepreneurs. So we can't wait, to let Matthew tell us a little bit more about what they're doing now at the Chamber. I know that they have new programs and anything else that he would like to enlighten us about. Hi, Matthew.
We're also going to take some time
Excellent.
to get to know him.
Of course,
Because we value him as a person.
All right.
We don't just use you for your resources, which you're plentiful with. But yeah, tell us more about you, Matthew. What's going on at the chamber?
So I represent the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. We've been in existence since 1974. It was created at a time where people that looked like us weren't able to get contracts, resources, and opportunities. So a group of young leaders in their 20s came together to say, you know what, we want to make sure that people that look like us in our community get their fair share of government and corporate contracts. And since that time, we've been at the forefront of advocating on behalf of small businesses, helping them to scale and grow and get access to capital and government and corporate contracts. And we primarily pride ourselves on helping business owners navigate Miami-Dade County, the small business ecosystem, so that they don't feel alone in this journey of entrepreneurship. And we give them a platform so that they can connect with each other and take advantage of the resources, because we need business owners to be able to grow their business so that they can create jobs for their families and leave a legacy. Small business entrepreneurship is the number one way to create wealth.
Matthew, we just said that we wanted to know a little bit more about you. So how do you get involved like in the small business development world, and what inspired you, to do this work? And I know that you're very dedicated. And also we would like you to finish with 3 words to describe you.
Oh, 3 words to describe me. I'm gonna have to think about that one. So I'm born and raised here in Miami, South Florida. I went to school at Miramar, and I wasn't the best of students, to say the least. So I didn't know what I was doing growing up, and I had an opportunity to go to college because I was a part of a program. And that's part of the reason why I got into probably mentorship, because I was part of this program called 100 Black Men of South Florida Leadership Academy.
Yes, I know of that one.
Yeah, they like every other Saturday I'll be in this room with all like 20 or 30 young men, and then 5 to 7 Black men. They'll just tell us all about their life, what they were doing. And at first I was like, oh man, these bougie men just keep talking and talking. And I was a young kid at the time in high school. But that mentorship and that level of engagement is what really just helped to open me up to business and development and things of that nature. And from there, I went to college. I was at Morehouse, an amazing college. And that's when I got into business, because even though I entered college on academic probation and all loans, and I'm so happy to have this special guest come join us today.
See, we are dealing with a celebrity.
Yes.
I thought I'd just come in and crash the show.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I appreciate it.
Funny enough, a lot of people don't even realize that you yourself were an elected official.
Yes.
That's right. I remember it very well.
I bet.
He was a great elected official.
Yes, we have. Actually, funny enough, Naya and I were talking about that today, how popular you were. So is that something that you might want to go back into at some point?
Not at all. I leave it to the elected officials. When I got into politics, I was a single man with a dream to really improve my community. And by the time I got into politics, I got married, I had kids. And when you're young, with a young family, politics, you're going to sacrifice your family because of all the time engaging, and also your money. You don't get paid much as a politician in certain areas. So it was an amazing experience. I made my mark, did what I needed to do, got a lot of things done. But I love this area of small business growth and being able to be on the other side to interact with the mayor. And you say out of all the mayors and elected officials in South Florida, one of the best business mayors who have a heart and a consciousness to ensure that the policies affect and incorporate all the community.
Absolutely.
And that's why we love Mayor Cava, because at the end of the day, she's going to make sure that everyone is included in the prosperity of Miami-Dade County. And we appreciate and do as much as we can to ensure that her legacy lives on past her. So thank you for joining us.
Wow.
I mean,
so
you really do. And I'll testify to that too, is that even when we created Strive 305, when you created Strive 305, you had an English show. but you made sure that there was an English, there was a Creole, and that everybody could be represented. I know we've even done a couple shows in Portuguese.
Yes,
So,
I've heard.
yes. So that's amazing.
I have to say, I just find people who are passionate and talented and then let them loose because, of course, it's all consistent with the vision, the big vision, but how to make it really happen requires people who are going to execute on that. And wow, today we are celebrating a huge small business fair right here at Community Newspaper. Hundreds of small businesses are here, and they are just getting to know each other. They're learning about opportunities to support and grow their business, and that's what it's all about.
It really is, and we're grateful to you for the support that you've given us, and you keep us moving forward.
We move forward together.
Absolutely.
That is the only way.
Excellent.
And I said at my State of the County a couple of weeks ago, I guess it was, that we are strong in Miami-Dade County because we stand together, because we are united.
So I know it's a podcast, but
No, please.
To share with us, because there are a lot of people that watch this show, and your impact and your term here is going to close in another 2 years?
Well, hold on. Before you answer that, I'm going to ask you to switch seats so you can have a mic because I want to know the answer to that too.
Oh goodness. Okay, great.
Yes,
Yes.
I'll switch over with you.
Thank you. Plus, I have my back to the audience.
Yes, no, we want to see your beautiful face.
Yes,
Thank you.
So there are a lot of small business initiatives that you have instituted. And one of the biggest challenges of the elected officials is making sure the things that they have put in place continue on.
Right.
And a lot of that is us as a community advocating, making sure that whoever gets in office supports that vision. So what would you suggest, or what do you think that we can do as a business community, as a small business ecosystem to ensure that some key priorities continue?
Well, thank you for that. And I have almost 3 years left.
3 years.
Almost, because November is when the terms change, right? So November of 2028, I'll be out of office as mayor, finishing my second term. I think it's really important to tell the stories, which is what we've been doing so much, to tell the stories, because that is what attaches to people's heartstrings. But we also have to show the results. The fact that people are enthusiastic, that's great. How has it helped your businesses grow? What you came to start a business, how did this program help you? And then I think you have to get political. You have to talk to people who are running for office, not just in the county mayor's office, but anything, and ask them, will you support this? Is this something that is your priority? You have to get involved in politics because you need to know what people really stand for, not just the rhetoric, but really will they stand? So I think we're going to tell the story. We've been doing a great job in community newspapers, and the podcasts and everything have really been helping in telling the story. But then there has to be some accountability to anybody who will earn your vote. Right. And you have to get political.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will follow up with another question. What would you be considering as one of the program related to small business development that you're most proud of and that you really would not want to stop?
Well, this Strive 305, as I've said, has become contagious,
Yes.
like a good kind of fever.
Yes.
People are so hyped up about it. I think really it's fun. So it works, but it's filled with hope, and the energy of people around us gives us more energy. That's how I feel in my role. And I can see it in the groups that come out. Young people, ambassadors, they're all part of this. They've become like passionate about spreading the word, the gospel. It's like gospel for businesses. So I think I'm very excited about that. And we need to, not every leader inspires that. I think right now we've got Manny Sid, and he's partnered up with Tico.
We love Manny Sid.
Yes, he's a very popular guy. And he partnered up with Tico, who, crazy in a wonderful way. And then the Michael and Grant Miller, who have also contributed. So you have a kind of a cabal of people who are so energetic about it, and they spread that energy. So I think I'm very proud of that. Will that endure past my
Term.
leadership as mayor? I would think so, because people are excited about it. But in terms of having someone who's committed county resources to it, you need to get accountability. But another thing, I'm very proud of the RISE grant program. That's an incredible opportunity, and people are taking advantage of it. And I'm excited about something I did from a policy perspective, which is the purpose-driven procurement. There's been a lot of attacks on focus on minority businesses, we'll put it like that. So we're not able to do race-based or gender-based targeting, but we can focus on small business. And then when, unfortunately, some legislators saw that as too DEI, and they eliminated even small business priorities, like at certain venues. So we came up with a way that we could score points based on, are you including small? Are you including environmental protections? Are you taking care of workers? And so it's not a preference. It's just, show us what you can do that's going to make a difference for the community. And so we can evaluate that. It's going well. And I hope and trust that it can continue, because that is part of how we are inclusive, and how, as Mandy was saying earlier, we make sure that everyone can thrive. And, basically, I believe that the rising tide needs to lift all boats.
And we commend you for this work. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that intentionality about community is what makes Strive 305 such a resounding success. Because as small business providers, Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, Haitian American Chamber of Commerce, and SBDC Center, and all those, we were doing work in like silos. We were just addressing our own communities. And what Strive 305 did was to bring together all these organizations, the resource support, through the podcast, through the website, so that we can connect with each other and refer opportunities. So it's great, because you created a community around small business support. And that's what we love.
So the whole is greater than the sum of the parts in this case.
It is, because even like I think about Hackoff, we became a partner with MDEED. And even though we didn't have the grant money, MDEED did. So we became the technical assistants. So we made sure that the people that came in through our business, we did their grant application with them. We provided them the technical assistance, and then they went to MDEED and they got their grant. And so even with, I always say this, like, there's no competition between our chambers, because the resources that they have, I may not have. So we're always so happy to refer people to one another and to work together. Because
so how is that? So how do you come to that? How do you realize that it's better to work to, what is the African proverb? If you want to go
far,
if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
In Kreyol, we have "Me pile chai palou." So honestly, you sort of just have to put your ego to the side and realize that all these resources that are here, that are available, when these small businesses thrive, our economy thrives.
Exactly.
We thrive.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care if you're part of my chamber. I want to see this business doing well. I know what that's like.
Another aspect of it is paying it forward.
Absolutely.
Right. And, there was a movie about pay it forward, and a child whose project was about paying it forward, and where great things can be accomplished when you're not thinking about me, when you're thinking about we, and it will come back to you for sure. But that's not the point. The point is to create the ecosystem where everyone can thrive. So, well, thank you so much for letting me hijack your show here.
Thank you so much for coming.
We appreciate
Do you
it.
have
Thank
any
you.
questions for Andrew? Technically, we were interviewing Matthew. So
Well, I think you go back to Matthew, because this man is very wise.
Isn't he, though?
He's very wise. He is just a true leader, and I have had the pleasure of knowing him for many, many years, and I'm a great big fan.
Okay, so you get one question for Matthew. You get to end our interview.
Oh my gosh. Well, you asked him some really good questions already about politics, and got out of politics.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Some fun stuff. Yeah. What do you like to do with your kids?
Oh, go camping.
Oh. And steal mangoes.
Yes.
Let's be real.
All right.
I do. A matter of fact, my son, tomorrow he is doing, he's going to his school has a wax museum. So they gave him Black history leaders to impersonate.
Mhm.
And he just so happened to get Jesse Jackson.
Oh my.
So,
Wow.
for those on the show, Jesse Jackson just passed away
Yes.
today. So my son will be representing him tomorrow night, and
Oh,
I've
that's
been
beautiful.
practicing on the phone with him all day.
Well, there's lots of information out there today about him and his
Yeah.
lifelong work. What a transformative leader.
Mhm.
So that is beautiful.
It is.
That's
it
a
is.
sign, man. That's a sign. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
thank
If
you.
you guys want to
Pleasure.
see the mayor again, we are having Black History Month food truck fair in front of
Thank
Miami-Dade
you.
County.
Thank you for
On
On
reminding.
Friday at 12 o'clock, there will be some really good food, some fantastic small businesses.
Dancing,
Dancing.
vendors.
Yes, I won't be dancing, but there will be vendors. So please come out, come join us, and come support. Thank you.
Thank you.